Boom, I'm in the room. They called me out. Give it some of that. There I was, somewhere else. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the old chat with Tim and Keith. So, without too much of ado, let's drag him in. Let's drag my co-host in tonight. So, Keith, boom.
Where am I?
I don't know. Where are you? What have I done? What have I done?
Something's happened.
Know. Oh, I know what I've done. Do that. There you go. Boom. You're in the room.
You know what we were talking about?
I've got too many buttons to press.
Yeah, you know what we were talking about the other night?
What's that?
Tech problems.
Yeah.
I reckon you've got tech problems tonight. Real bad. You know.
No, I might. Some of it might be down to spice rum.
Yeah, it's all down to spice rum. I mean, I've been talking to him for the last half an hour, and he's been on the coffee. As soon as he starts his live stream, he's on the spice rum.
Straight on the spiced. There you go. Yeah. Anyway, so we've got a bit of a show for you tonight.
So we've got a good show. I'm on the gin.
Yeah. So
whiskey.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue the old motion with the what do you call it? Stuff that's sort of trending in the news, and then we're going to finish up with a bit of politics.
Don't worry, I'm not sticking around for the politics, lads. I'm not sticking around for that.
Yeah, you are. Should we bring in another guest before we start talking about stuff?
Yes, so, please. Yeah.
Let's drag in Rich. So, boom.
Hello.
Boom. You're in the room.
I do.
Rich is in the room and he's on. Yeah. Cheers, Rich. You know, all the best to you.
We're all on it tonight.
We need it.
It is Saturday night after all, isn't it?
We do.
Yeah. You've heard of Rich's dynamic duos Fizz Friday. Well, this is Drunken Saturday.
It's only half a bottle. I'm still poorly.
Well, Cara told me she'd got another couple of cans or tinnies or bottles in the fridge for you.
She sat there going, no, he's a liar. He's a liar.
Anyway, we've got a few people in watching us this evening. I see Marcus is in.
Hello, Marcus.
Tony's in. Rebecca was in. Horace and Esme are in. I'm in.
We're all in.
Yeah. And we're here. So.
And Marcus is in. He's just come in.
Yeah, just seen Marcus turn up. So anyway, this little story caught my eye the other day, and it sort of.
How's the stream going your end, Rich?
A bit slow.
Yeah.
Is it my end that's having the problems?
No, you're both coming through. It's fine. It's more the chat. The chat's taking a while to sort of kick in, sort of thing. But yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
But don't know what's going on. Internet connection is crap tonight.
Oh, there you go. You're back. You froze for a second. You're back now.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're back now. Yeah, you froze for a second.
Well, you two, I can't hear because you're breaking up that bad on mine. So I reckon it'll be my internet connection, knowing me.
Mine's quite good. My internet's quite good tonight. So, but there again, it's always fairly good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you're breaking up.
The corner. You don't have to shout.
Sorry.
So I'm just going to test my broadband speed.
Right. While you're testing that, I'll bring up the first subject, and so what we're going to have a chat about. I don't know whether anybody's seen this. The Coronation Street actress, what's her name, Catherine Tyldesley, has been refused a birthday cake and 100 cupcakes. She wanted free of charge for a bit of exposure. Now, let me just pull up the graphic on this. You'll love this. Look, boom, there she is. That's her. So it was either her or her what do you call it? PR people went to this cake shop in Manchester and asked them for a birthday cake for a 40th and one for her husband and 100 cupcakes in return from exposure on her Instagram channel or whatever. Now the lady in charge of the shop sent a nice reply saying, we would love to, unfortunately, what's name doesn't pay the bills. so anyway, she's now gone on to Instagram or whatever and put up a bit of a dissing one towards the lady at the shop, and she's got the exposure she wanted. She didn't want the exposure, I don't think. So have you seen this story, guys?
I've not heard about it personally until you said it tonight. Bit cheeky, isn't it, really?
Oh, totally cheeky. I mean, it's these entitled influencers think that they can go around and get stuff for free. I mean, I'm an influencer and I don't expect anything for free.
I think if you get sent stuff for free, it's different, but you shouldn't expect it for free.
Well, I mean, to go to a cake shop that are really struggling, let's face it, all retailers are probably struggling at the moment, apart from the big ones, obviously. I mean, they make money out of, but the small retailers, they've seen a hike in their council tax, their corporate tax, their electric, their heating bills, all of that's gone up, and they can't pass all of those costs on to the punters. Else they'll end up going out of business. A lot of them are going out of business because they can't afford to keep going. And for some cheeky minx that thinks she's an influencer off the telly to go and ask for free stuff, I think it's an absolute liberty. So,
well, thank you. I'll say thank you to Marcus and for just donating a cupcake to Keith. He sent 10 CHF. I don't know what CHF is as a currency, so if you know, let me know.
That's Swiss francs.
Swiss francs, is it? Right, got it. So you've got 10 there, Keith. He's internet struggling though, I think he said. It's 0.6 at the present time. Oh dear.
Good grief. So what do you reckon, Rich? I mean, these influencers think that they're entitled to go and get stuff for free.
I think it's a tricky one because, like I said, if you get something for free or you're offered it for free, then I mean, I think the old saying goes, nothing's free in this world, which sometimes does, play a part of it. But if something's free, I don't think anybody would turn it down. But to go and ask someone, and like you rightly said as well, if it's a smaller business, which they're all struggling at the moment, like you said, gas, electric, council tax rates, and they've probably just not been breaking even. So they're probably on the backside. I mean, again, completely off topic, but look at is it Wilco on the verge of administration this week? Yeah, a different sort of thing. But again, it's like if the smaller ones can't handle it, so the bigger ones can't handle it, what are the chances of the smaller ones?
Absolutely.
And it is like you shouldn't be asking for it just because your social status. I think it's a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it is an awful lot of front, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is taking liberties, and they shouldn't be doing it.
No,
if I'm honest. So, are you still with us, Keith?
What I'm going to do, I'll drop a little message in the chat to Keith because I think.
All right. I'll drop him down for a few minutes while he tries and sorts himself out down there.
Yeah. It's old school.
Yeah.
Basically, Control Alt Delete.
There's a lot of these entitled people think that they can go around and because they're famous, they get stuff for nothing. take old Meghan Markle. That I thought that was rich, asking old Biden if she could get a lift back to the States on Air Force One.
Oh, that's cheeky.
So to clear off.
That's cheeky. I mean, can you imagine sort of me and you, average Joe blogs, asking that question? Can we get a lift back on Air Force One? We'd get told where to go, wouldn't we? Again,
she did.
She did, yeah. But it's like you say, you shouldn't ask for things like. I think people sometimes expect everything for nothing in this world, and I think that's the problem. We've become a bit too not self-centered, but we're too reliant on stuff that we expect we should have. In reality, we shouldn't have. And I think it's just the way that people get brought up, or the way society goes. Will it change? Probably not. But what do you do? It's just
So if there's any entitled people out there or think they're entitled, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Pay for it. If you're such an influencer, you should have enough money to be able to go and buy the stuff anyway.
I think a lot of people, like big influencers on YouTube as well, some of their channels, that their actual money that they're making, because they're very honest about it, a lot of people, they will show you the analytics in videos, and they're making thousands, and you're thinking, you can't afford to do this. And, what's an actress these days? What's their salary per year?
I don't know.
It's 70, 80
it's on
grand.
It's on more what I'm on, that's for sure. Especially on one of these soaps. I don't know whether she's still a star on the soaps, but
I can ask Cara. Is she still a star on the soap? That woman, darling. Coronation Street actress Catherine. Is it Tidsley?
Tyldesley.
Yeah. She's still in Coronation Street. Or she left now?
Don't know.
She's going to Google it. My lovely assistant's going to find out.
Personally, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really watched it. I've watched it. I've watched EastEnders in the past, but
I mean, I know Uncle Albert, Albert Tatlock, and Ena Sharples and Minnie Coolbelt. I mean, they were an item, weren't they?
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
it's the last time I watched it, I think.
Tyldesley, got it. Yeah, she's found it. She's still searching.
Yeah.
Oh, she's left it now.
All right.
2018. Yeah.
So she's not much of an influencer now, is she?
Not really. If she's kind of quit that sort of area, but if she's gone to do something else, I mean, we don't know about it.
Anyway, should we have a look at the next story that I've got?
Yeah, go on then.
So we're moving on to now the World Scout Jamboree in South Korea. Now this popped up in the old news, and I thought it was quite funny that it's a jamboree hell. Volunteers incandescent a lack of leadership amid demands to cancel the event as US pull out completely, and 4,500 British children are evacuated to hotels as heatwave hits 100 Fahrenheit in South Korea. What's 100 Fahrenheit? That's only about 30 odd, isn't it? Something like that.
It's not hot, is it? Let's have a look. 37.7. It was hotter than that in Turkey.
Yeah.
It was 43 when we was there. So I didn't bake, and I'm a fat person. It's.
Yeah, I mean, it's. You just stay hydrated. You just dress accordingly. I mean, you wouldn't go out in a fur coat in temperatures of 100 Fahrenheit.
If someone paid me, I might consider it, but that's different. It depends on the.
You can see that they're spraying water at each other, and that cools them down, and they're having fun.
Yeah, it looks like having
fun. But the old Chief Scout, what's his name? Bear Grylls.
Good old Bear Grylls.
I think he had a few things to say about it. I think he was one of the ones that was kind of worrying about the kids and all the rest of it, and it's the leaders, the lack of leadership at the world, which I suppose is Bear Grylls, isn't it?
Effectively. Mark is
Chief Scout.
Mark is just saying that the humidity is very high there, so it's quite problematic. I think that's some of the things. Like obviously in this country, our humidity levels are different, aren't they? To like below the equator. I mean, we struggle in 22 degrees. Let's be honest. Yeah. things stop running. I mean, trains don't work anyway, but that's not another story.
Yeah, but that's generally like dusting a snow does that, or a few leaves on the line.
A few leaves on the track, and we have to switch off the country, unfortunately.
Yeah. So that was that story there, and I found that quite amusing.
It's a form to look at. I mean, it's different. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm back.
We've got him back in.
I turned it off.
Did you do the old-fashioned kick it routine and restart? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's back up to 15 meg download and 25 meg upload speed. So.
Fantastic. So we're getting Keith now in crystal clear HD.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
So sorry about that.
Keith now, look.
So you missed the bit of conversation about the chief scout and claiming that there's not enough leadership at the World Scout Jamboree because it's a bit warm and a bit humid.
But, I saw that, and they're coming home, aren't they? They're not stopping because of the heat there, I mean,
and these kids are going to miss out, aren't they? They're going to miss out on a wicked affair. I mean, these kids. I mean, I know a little bit about the scouting movement and the World Jamboree because many moons ago, I was a venture scout leader, and some of my scouts were. They have to raise their own funds and all the rest of it to go off on the World Jamboree, and it's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication for these kids to generate enough funds for themselves to and to show that they're worthy of going to the World Jamboree. They can't. They have to jump through lots of hoops to be able to do it. And for them to say, "Oh, it's a bit hot, it's a bit humid. We're going to bring them all home." Thanks a lot. I bet they ain't going to compensate them for it, are they?
No. Because I mean,
the likelihood is that they're unlikely to get another opportunity to go and do it.
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, if I was a child, you'd be looking forward to it, wouldn't you? To meet fellow scouts from all over the world, and then you get something like this. All right, we're all having unnatural weather all over the world. It's not just there. I mean, look what's been happening in Europe, in places like Italy, Greece.
That's only because you listen to the news.
Yeah.
They've been shown to over-egg the actual temperatures that they're getting down there. They're at least sort of 4 or 5 degrees lower than what they're predicting.
Did you get the heavy rain downpours this morning then, Tim, as well?
Oh, yeah, we've had them this afternoon as well. We've had a few thunderstorms come through.
I watched it at 3 o'clock this morning. It just came out of nowhere and the road flooded. And I went, guess we're going to be using our boats today then, aren't we? By 5 o'clock, it was gone. It had cleared up and it was lovely. It just drizzled all day. That was it. So
yeah, it's a funny old thing that the climate changes.
I always say Grimsby and Cleethorpes is that bad. Even the storms don't want to visit. Oh well, we tried.
Yeah, you are.
So that's the Scout World Jamboree. Just feel sorry for the kids, really.
Yeah.
So
I do,
the next thing is, we should all be worried about this. The London ULEZ scheme is a con. It really is. I mean, Sadiq Khan is pushing it through, no consultation. He's putting up all these cameras all over the place, and he's pushing it out to the M25. So anybody that's got a car older than 2018 or something like that,
I'm okay.
Bang, they're getting stung for this £12.50 a day to drive into London to help clean up the air. So you can come into London with your old car as long as you pay £12.50 to sit in traffic jams.
Yeah.
How is that sorting out the clean air?
Well, it isn't, is it really? It's they're still allowing traffic in. Really, in my opinion, they should
it's
ban
a money-making scam.
Yeah, they
is
should
what
ban
it is.
all old cars from coming into cities and make people use public transport. But there again, when you look at that, public transport isn't up to
You
it.
have to have the
There isn't
public
enough
transport that can do the job.
job.
I mean, London's not so bad. You can get around London on public transport, and I know lots of people do. I used to live in a place called Caterham, and I used to take the train into central London every day. I worked just around the corner from Victoria Station at Wellington Barracks, and I spent 8 years travelling in and out of London on public transport. It almost broke me.
Yeah.
The last season ticket I had was £3,634
Jesus.
plus £903 to park at the station.
Cool.
Because I had to get a train. I had to drive to the station. I mean, it was 4 miles away.
Yeah.
3.5, 4 miles away. So I couldn't walk that every day.
So, Richard, do you think they would fetch something like that here in Grimsby and Cleethorpes?
Honestly, probably not. No. Again, it'd probably be a bit
rolling out ULEZ. Low emissions.
Without offending the council of this area, they haven't got the capacity of the brain cells to do things like that, I'm afraid.
Well, they're rolling it out in places like Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle, in all the big cities. They're pushing it out at the moment. It's all coming.
I don't think there's much traffic in this
before
town.
long, you'll have to pay per mile.
Would you say so, Keith? I mean, obviously you drive a bit more than what I would do. I mean, I've got a car, but I don't really use it. I mean, we don't see much traffic when we do kind of go out. I mean, I get peak traffic, I understand that.
When you go out certain times of day, Richard, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon down Wheelsby Road, you can hardly move because of the traffic. And first thing in the morning, from 8:30 till about 9:15, you can't move in the town. No matter, I mean, it's like we went out to Beechwood Farm for a meal yesterday, and coming back, I got onto the motorway at the turn off there, or turn onto it, and the queue was all the way back from Ryby Square.
I do find that's the worst part of town, the roundabout Birching Way, A180 sort of roundabout area. That is probably the worst. I think for there, though, maybe some filter traffic lights would help personally.
Yeah, but then you've got the problem in Boulevard Avenue. That is always, at rush hour time, you hardly move. And whichever way, to me, you look at the number of cars where there's only one person in a car.
Exactly.
Terrible, and I would say the same problem is in London, where you've only got one person in a car. And
if you look at the map there, this is showing the current charge. Congestion charge is right in the middle there in central London.
Yeah.
The current ULEZ is the next one out, and then the new ULEZ zone is even further out, taking in places like Heathrow, Uxbridge, Orpington, places like that. And then the low emission zones going to be going out to the perimeter of the M25. Now, this sort of thing is going to be happening all over the country. You've got these 15-minute what's names. They're another thing that they're sneaking up on us. So is it going to come to a town or a city near you?
Potentially. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is a tricky one.
It is. They are expanding it, Sheffield, Leeds, places like that. But when you look at the public transport in these places, they're not up to it. Where Gail says public transport, Marcus says public transport is very good where he is in Switzerland.
Yeah.
You do find public transport abroad is far superior to England. You know, I mean, even on the trains, they've got faster trains, they're better electrified than we are. I mean, we're spending billions of pounds on HS2, and look how long it's going to take. It's going to take years before it's operational.
I thought they stopped HS2.
Well, they do.
Not quite.
At times.
Not quite. It's still going, yeah.
Yeah, it's still going. But when you look, that should have been done 30 years ago.
You've changed colour there, Tim.
Have I?
Yeah.
Funny old thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they knew back 30 years ago of the problems that we've got now. But because these politicians are so short-sighted, they only look to how long they're going to be in, 5 years. They don't look. There's no plan. I mean, it's like the health service. There's been no plan with the NHS for years. It's all short-term sticky plasters. And whichever government got in or party gets in, they should be thinking about 25 years, because when you look at the population, the forecast of the population in this country, what it's going to be in 25 years' time, why aren't they making plans for creating a better public transport, a better system in the NHS? But because they've used sticky plasters for all these years, it's going to take that much money.
Well, before we get on to that, let's just step back slightly. Now, old Sadiq Khan's been putting up these ULEZ cameras left, right, and Chelsea, and Vigilantes are going around taking them down again. and they can do it within a minute. They just op up. There's a clip going around on Talk TV. This guy got a barrel of clava on. He jumps up on the fence, goes zit 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 with one of these electric screwdrivers, drops it down, pair of pliers, snip, and he's away with it. And these things are costing £7,000 a pop.
Jesus!
Just one of these cameras, £7,000, and as quick as they can put them up, these guys are going around and taking them down for them.
Should have contacted Ring. It'd be cheaper.
Yeah, but it's not a popular what's the name? It's not a popular policy. Talking of popular policies, let's go on to what Keith was saying about investing in the country and all the rest of it. Now, I'm going to get all political on you, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a plug for ReformUK. I'm just going to pop up their website so you can have a look at it. There you go.
I've gone again.
That's their website. Now, they've got a firm load of policies sorted out. They've been doing some stuff recently. They've been plugging their different aspects of what their plan would be if they managed to get in. They can possibly get in. They're going to be standing a candidate in every single constituency in the country. And it just takes people that had the bottle to vote for Brexit to put the cross in their box. And I don't hold with, well, vote for them is only going to let in Labour. It doesn't have to be that way. I know the two-party name is not brilliant, but we can change it. If enough people, like the people that voted for Brexit, 17.4 million people voted to leave the EU. And it's only our political masters, the Remainer Conservatives and Labour and Liberal Democrats, that have stopped it. But if enough people have faith, go in that voting box whenever it's going to be, whether it's going to be May, June next year, whether it's going to be October, or whether it's going to be January 25, put a cross in for your local MP or candidate for ReformUK, and we'll get change. If you want to carry on with what we've got at the moment, Conservative or Labour, just keep voting for the same old rubbish. There you go. That's me off my soapbox.
I thought you was going to show the video there, Tim.
Yeah, I can show one of the videos.
Yes, yeah.
Let's
I mean,
just
because you are promoting the Reform
Yeah.
Party, and it's your show, or
let's
it's mine
just
and
give
your
them
show.
a quick
I
flick on
thought
there.
I thought you'd give them a quick plug.
Oh, hang on. So I've clicked the wrong button now. So this is what they're looking at. Their prospectus. If you go and have a look on their website, this is what you'll see. And they will tell you, and they've got the bottle to be able to do it. They will make the changes.
But it's all down to big businesses having the money, and if they don't want them in, this is what happens in politics.
Yeah.
I mean, you look what's happening in the USA with Trump. He's turning everything round, so his popularity is going up. And people just follow like sheep. They listen to what somebody's got to say, and really they don't look into things. They listen. Well, most people don't listen. It's like the number of live streams that I watch on YouTube, where you've got somebody such as yourself talking, and the rest on the panel do not listen. They don't usually let that person finish his conversation. They talk over people, and it happens on every live stream that you see. And I've always said you've got two ears. Listen to what that person's saying first.
Yeah,
Think
and then
about
engage with them.
Yeah, think about what he said or she said, and then engage with them. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So, from my point of view,
So hold on before you start going on again, Tim. Rebecca's just asked a question, so
go on.
let's have your answer on that.
What's she say there? How would you get to zero immigration, though? Simple. Stop the boats coming. Turn the boats back. Stop legal migration, or halt it for the time being, and turn the boats back. Land them back in France. That would stop the boats coming over within days. If they know they're going to be picked up in a channel and dropped back in France, they'll stop paying the smugglers to bring them in.
Yeah, I agree on that.
That would stop that. That's what the government should be doing now. Half of them they're picking up in French waters anyway, so they should be landing them back in France.
Yeah.
But no, they'll pick them up and bring them over here. Whether they picked them up, they might as well just lay on a ferry.
Yeah. Give them free access, because that's what they're doing. I mean, I believe in if they are fleeing persecution, war-torn or whatever, but then they should still apply legally. Illegally coming across is costing this country far too much. And I've got empathy.
There was net 1.1 million people came into this country last year legally. 1.1 million people. Net.
Yeah, but
that's what came in.
Yeah, but if they are furthering or they are benefiting the society over it, I respect him, because I mean, when you look at the amount of doctors and nurses from abroad that are doing a wonderful job.
Well, I can tell you a little bit about a doctor. I had one of the guys that worked for me back in 2006 in Afghanistan. He left the same time as I did. He went to Jalalabad. He spent 7 years training to be a doctor. He came back down to where he lived, practiced as a doctor, as a general practice doctor. He got left behind in that debacle back in that last August or the year before. He managed to escape finally with some help from myself and my local MP, which is Dame Caroline Dinage. We managed to get him out. We got him into Jalalabad, not Jalalabad, into Islamabad. They came over here. They put him up in a hotel. He's been staying in the same hotel for the last just over about 14 months now. He applied when he first got here to the GMA or the GMC to get registered as a doctor, and he's only just managed to get his registration through about 3 weeks ago. That's the state of the GMC and registering doctors. Now he's working in Salford Infirmary as a doctor. Or going through a bit of a course. Now he's registered. So
but it's as you said there, Tim, that how long it's taken him, how long the system. It's the system, not anything else.
It's a system, and we've had an MP on the case since he's got here. To get him sorted out, to get him registered. We were hoping to bring him down here to work as a GP in our area.
I mean,
but soon as he got registered, Salford Hospital snaffed him. And we've dipped out, and we've done all the hard work to get him registered and all the rest of it.
But I mean, it's like where me and Rich live. They talk about this levelling up fund. Do we see any benefit from that, Rich? Have you seen in Grimsby and Cleethorpes? Have you seen anything that we are getting any money from this government at all?
I haven't, to be fair, really seen a penny as such. I mean, I know they're going on about we're creating this job market, so you'll have this job on that job. But then when you go on, like, for example, Indeed, and you look at these jobs and you're thinking, okay, well, the way that they're wording it sounds like you need a bloody diploma in a rocket science factory to get the job in the first place. So where do I get that training from? The training, it doesn't come. Then they want the experience. And it's like, well, I'm sat there like in not a backwater town, but a town that doesn't have much career prospects, unfortunately. And then a lot of people, like, we've got a lot of wind farms around here, as you know. A lot of the people that come here, they're contractors. They come from Manchester, London, Scotland. You know, you're thinking, well, they've got the qualifications, they've done this, and they've come here for a job. It's kind of like, well, why is the local people not getting the jobs first? Why aren't we not given that opportunity to learn and do something? It is frustrating because obviously, you know, we're both on universal credit. We get topped up. Cara works. I work 2 days a week online, and you know, it pays the bills, but it's still not easy. And you've got the constant thought of, well, that universal credit. I mean, the DWP, that's a different kettle of fish. I can talk for hours about them. I really could. You know, but they're, as far as I'm aware, they're an evil organisation. As simple as that. They don't care about the people or the small guy, and they'll do anything they can just to try and get you out of the way. They don't care. You're just a number to them, basically.
It's all about saving money.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely.
Now, the bit that really winds me up is that you get these benefit frauds, and they're defrauding the government, us, the taxpayer, millions. How do they do it? How do they manage
tricky
to do it?
I mean, I obviously read a lot of stories about it, and people have done this and people have done that, and I'm sat there thinking, like you said, Tim, how have they done it? Because you know, if we get paid anything into our banks immediately, HMRC sees that. So if it's an income, it then gets reported to the DWP, and then they take the money off you accordingly. So you're thinking, how have they done that? Unless it's all a cash in hand job, which I know a lot of takeaway driver jobs are cash in hand, things like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's still fraud in some respect, but it's not the fraud of the century. But like you said, though, there are people out there claiming 30, 40 grand. You're thinking, how are they doing it? Because
somebody must be working on the inside to give them it. Somebody must be complicit to be able to do it. Because when I retired from the army 5 years ago, I went to the job centre to see if I was entitled to anything. I couldn't work. I was broken. I mean, my release medical, the doctor said if I wasn't leaving, I would be. I mean, I was fully downgraded anyway, but I wasn't in a fit state to go out to work. Because I wasn't in a fit state to work, I was entitled to nothing. I couldn't even get job seekers allowance because I wasn't looking for work.
See, that's the thing. Like, obviously, the armed forces definitely, or ex-veterans, need a bit more. Like, they need to be sort of looked after more, and it's going to probably ruffle a few feathers. But the way this country seems to work is, if you're a drug addict or you're popping out 3 or 4 children, you're okay. Whereas people,
or if you're coming into the country illegally on a boat with no paperwork.
Again, it's that fine line, isn't it? It's like, where do you don't want to say it without sounding rude or horrible or demeaning somebody else, but you look at the facts and, you know, they soon weigh up, and it paints a pretty grim picture. And, you know, it's actually quite good on the subject, because just, I think a few months ago, the UN actually deemed that the benefit system in the UK and universal credit as inhumane. It's not fit for purpose. And that's the UN. But yet the government still gets away with it.
Yeah. Well, it's our money. That's the problem. It's taxpayers' money that they're spending and they're throwing around. And that's the bit that people don't understand, don't realise. It's not government money. It wasn't EU money. It was taxpayers' money.
Again, it's a tricky one, because it's like trying to find the right people that deserve it the most and the people that don't. It's that fine balance. And I understand in some respect that some people who do work for the DWP may struggle to pass that. You know, they're thinking, well, do I give it to person A? Does person B get it? Like, who needs it more? Who deserves it more? And I think that's the tricky thing we're facing. I mean, again, there's been hidden sort of documentaries and undercover reports in the DWP, and they've admitted that they're actually doing it on targets. So they're targeting people at the failure rate. So if you're applying for a certain benefit, let's say, for example, PIP, personal independence payment, their acceptance rate is about 4% out of all the people that apply in the UK. And they're targeted to actually fail between 30 and 50 applications per phone call, which it's phenomenal, because that person could need that. You know, it's crazy.
Doesn't think enough people apply and get lasting power of attorney either. No.
But that's another thing, isn't it? You know, there's a lot of people now with Alzheimer's and dementia, and a lot of people die without making a will out as well. So when you look, there's a lot of pensioners who do not claim pension credit. So what are the government doing with all that money that they're saving because they're not paying it out? And as Rebecca says, a lot of people don't get power of attorney in law, because, I mean, Pat has got power of attorney. She did both, but it's a lot of money. I mean, it costs over £500. And then you've got your 500, what was it? 500 plus VAT for the solicitor, and £82 for each power of attorney, because she's got the financial one and she's got the health one. So
give up their woodbines, you know.
Yeah. No, I reckon I'm getting, I don't know. I'm getting something, because I have been coughing nearly all day today. So
whiskey tends to cure most things.
That's not
Yeah,
whiskey
yeah.
in there. That's nuclear powered gin. That is, you can tell. Look at it; it's glowing.
No,
Drink
it's
that, you'll see the steam out his ears in a second.
It's whiskey and dry ginger.
Don't need casting in the winter.
Anyway, chaps, I think we've had a good chat tonight.
Yes,
think
so
we've
do
covered
I.
some good subjects, and
Yeah.
Sorry, Charlie.
and I would urge everybody, whenever the general election is, put your cross in reform box and come that way. Come what may. If it gets Labour in, they ain't going to be in for long because they'll just make such a cock up of it. And if the Conservatives get back in, we just got more of the same.
Mm.
If you want change, if you want to see change, be brave. Anyway, off my soapbox.
Yeah.
So it just leaves me to thank you guys for coming in tonight. It's been great having a chat, and yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And from me and
Yeah,
Charlie,
so
thank you.
And thank you for coming in, Richard. So I
No
hope you're going to
problem,
stay
that's all right.
around for 5 minutes.
It's all right.
Yeah. Pop around, hang on for a minute.
Yes, I can't go anywhere. I've got a dog stuck on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bye all.
Bye for now, everybody.
Yeah, I'll drop you down and I'll put a close in.
No worries.
Thanks for joining. Well, that's it. What a great chat we've had tonight. So it just leaves me to say thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you for being there for us and engaging in the conversation. So until probably Monday now, we'll do another one with Keith and I. So until then, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.